My name is Lawson Wallace. I'm a writer, blogger, and YouTuber. I have content on Medium.com, WordPress.com. I have a Substack newsletter. If you Google the name Lawson Wallace and look for my picture, you'll find links to a lot of my content. Especially if you do an AI search, you find the AI generated bio with links to my content. I was asked about previous video. I talked about growing up in the 70s, and it was in response to a question I had in the comments. And it was another part of that, another question. The person wanted to know about smoking. If I smoked a lot, either weed or tobacco, and the answer is yes. I didn't smoke a whole lot of weed in Japan because it was hard to, it just wasn't, it wasn't in the open like it was in the States in the 70s. For one thing, the penalties are really strict, tough in Japan for that. And your dad can get in a lot of trouble for that. For what, like I talked in the other video, parents, dads got in trouble for what their kids did. That's a military thing. So it was around, but I really didn't get. It was a culture shock when I came back to the States. 75, 76, and it was everywhere. And so that's where that started. And that started and I did that for a number of years. And the reason I quit is because it dawned on me that it was holding me back emotionally and intellectually, mentally, and spiritually. It wasn't doing anything good for me. And I gave it up, and my life got better after I gave it up. I mean, it's just, it doesn't do you any good. You think it's harmless. You think it's not hurting you, but it is. You just don't see it. So I can't even stand being around this stuff anymore. And as for tobacco, I started smoking Marlboro Reds. First I started stealing my dad's Winstons. And it was divided up. It was kids that like menthol, Cools and Salems. And then kids that like real tobacco taste. Winston's, Marlboros, Raleighs, and those Camels. And I was firmly on the other side. I had to have my Marlboro Reds, and I smoked those. I smoked like a chimney. I had tobacco stained fingers before when I was in high school, because I smoked so much. Now usually you see the older smokers, older people with the stains on their fingers. Well, I had those stains in my teens and 20s. And I was just talking to my mom one night, and it was in my early 20s. And I just decided that I was just going to quit, and I gave that up. And then years later, I started smoking cigars, and I gave that up soon after watching my dad die from lung cancer. It had metastasized, spread to his whole body, and he died less than 6 weeks after he was diagnosed, and he smoked his whole life. And he was smoking up till the time he quit. The time he died. Coughing up pieces of bloody lung. still smoking. Made an impact on my life and cured me from tobacco forever. So that's me and cigarettes. So go do an AI search for Lawson Wallace. Look for my picture. You'll find a AI generated bio and links to a lot of my stories. I'm also a freelance writer. Resumes, cover letters, blog posts, email, anything except a book. I won't write a book or a short story for you, but I'll help you with your copy. On lawsonwallacewrites@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and leave more suggestions.